Hello, everyone out there. Hey, how are you? Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're at. I am Yvette McQueen, MD, emergency physician, travel doctor, and wellness lifestyle coach, a global physician on a mission to educate about health, travel wellness, and disease prevention. So I'm coming to you on Travel Talk Tuesday. I'm coming to you when I can do it, put it that way. I know I said I was going back to the evening, but I am out west and I just got off a chef. And I'm staying up for a meeting, but I will be going to sleep. So grab my breakfast so you can join me here for my breakfast. And I just want to give some quick tips about traveling. As I am a travel doctor, I help travelers, but I'm ultimately an emergency medicine doctor. Like you see, I told you, just got off of work. See me still in my clothes. But I don't want to see you in my emergency room. I don't like that. So, especially when you are on vacation, you shouldn't be in my emergency room with you on vacation. So, I just want to get in this National Safety Month. So, I talked earlier last week, a couple weeks ago, about swimming. Oh, it's only 8 days, so it had to be last week. So, about swimming. So, today I'm going to talk about while you're traveling and some safety measures when you're doing activities and renting equipment. Okay. So, are you ever out there and you sign up for a Segway tour and you're on that Segway and it's out of control? Yeah. Are you ever do a bike tour and you have to wonder how much maintenance they make on those bikes? Well, I'm sure no one's been traveling lately, so they probably have good maintenance and they have social distancing. But before it was always. Have you ever said, I want to go, I'm on the island and I want to do a horseback riding on the beach? Right? Sounds like a wonderful idea, but if your horse is not cooperating or it gets stuck in the sand, and I once was on one that it was just the horse had just had a baby, a foal. So it was trying to get back and it never would cooperate with me. I didn't get thrown. There's times I thought I was going to be thrown, but it wasn't. I see a lot of travelers rent the ATVs. So, ATVs means all terrain vehicles. They don't go on streets. They're not supposed to go on streets. They go, you're out in the woods, you're out in the desert. I see that a lot with people renting it in the desert, going up and down the sand dunes in different places, whether, they're in Africa, Dubai, or even Arizona. They do that here. So, ATV all terrain, they have the big wheels and it should be able to take the humps and bumps. But if you're out there at dusk and you're not seeing things correctly, a lot of them don't have lights and say it ran up on a log that it couldn't go over, that's like hitting the wall. And guess what you're going to do? Off that ATV. Or I've seen it on the sand dune. They go up on the sand dune on the side and it toppled over and it fell on somebody, crushed their femur. The femur is your thigh bone. That's the biggest bone in your body. That's the hardest one to break. Yeah, it broke. It broke. So first of all, I'm going to say, start if you're going to be out there being an adventurer, traveler, which some of us are, then make sure if you're using motorized or non-motorized, bicycles are non-motorized, ATVs are motorized, scooters are motorized, skateboards are not. You wear a helmet. And whether it's the law or the requirement, most places want to protect you, and some places make you sign a waiver. Wear a helmet. Protect that nugget, okay? Because when your head hits the pavement, the ground, that's a true contact. Now everyone say, your skull is thick, your head is thick. Well, it's not that thick, and it can break. It can break. It's depending on the force it hits the ground, and so you don't want to have injury. So some people think, oh, the big things, like, oh, I have a skull fracture. And skull fractures, whether they're lifted up, or they can be depressed down into the brain, which causes more injury. You can have a head bleed, particularly if you are on blood thinners. And considering most travelers, we tell them to take aspirin. That's a blood thinner already. Think about it. So if you have a bleed on your brain, or you can actually have a bruise on your brain. So a bruise on your brain is, we can't prove it. Sometimes we pick it up with MRI, but we can't prove it. So bruise on brain, and you have what we call TBI, or traumatic brain injury. Traumatic brain injury, like I said, sometimes you can't prove it on MRI, MRA, but you can have it. You can go from just simple memory loss for 1 to 2 days to all the time, loss of concentration, to not being able to dress your own self. That's what a TBI is, traumatic brain injury, forgetting people. And some people end up going on disability for TBI. So you don't want to be out there traveling and end up with a TBI from a simple activity. So please wear a helmet. Bicycling, wear a helmet. Skateboard, wear a helmet. ATVs, wear a helmet. Scooters, wear a helmet. Please, just dune buggies. I was off on a yacht tour, and we stopped at one island. We did a dune buggy around the vineyards. Those things, they're open. This have a cage, but they open you, but you can topple over. Wear a helmet. So that's one thing. Two, if you break a bone, when I talked about the ATV falling on somebody that had a fracture, you can break a bone. So broken bone is the same thing as with fracture. So when they tell you, and people can break from the ankles to the fingers, the arms. But when you have an open fracture, and that's when the bone sticks out of the skin. Yeah, we don't like that. You hear it, you see it, you go, oh, I even sometimes go, oh, And I think there was like one case of a basketball player like a few years ago, and it was shown on TV. But when the bone sticks out of the skin, that's called an open fracture or open break. You have 6 hours, 6 hours to get seen by a doctor and have that wound washed out. So usually when you break, it's still within the skin. They can either fix it with a cast, or they go in and put metal screws and plates in it. The problem is, if the skin is broken, we worry about bacteria infection going into the wound and causing more problems, infection to the bone, infection to the tissue, which actually increases the risk of the wound not healing well. So that's why they say within 6 hours of an open wound or an open fracture, you need to see a doctor, where they have to take you to the OR and wash the wound out and then fix it and put it together. So think about this when you're out doing your activity and your travel. If you're going to see somewhere off, so if you're off in the sand dunes in Dubai, between Abu Dhabi and Dubai, you're in the sand dunes. How long is it going to take you to get back to a hospital if something happens? Those are the issues you need to think when you're doing your adventurous things. Okay. That's what I think about. And I know some people don't think about. And that's why I tell people too, you need to get that medical travel insurance. So you get your travel insurance for your bag delays and lost baggage and flight delays. But you want to get the medical component, so that if you need to have medical transport to a hospital, medical evacuation, put you on a plane and put you somewhere, send you to another hospital, that medical travel insurance is going to cover it. And all the travel insurance companies cover it, and they'll tell you so much for medical, so much for medical evacuation. It tells you that, and they charge you according to your age. Now, if you have disease, your age and activities. So they will say, are you going to do anything adventurous like skydiving? That's probably going to be a little more dollars, but a few dollars on that international trip compared to thousands of dollars you would have to pay if you had to get on a plane or they had to hire a medical plane for you, which is like $30,000 just for firing up, not the equipment, the doctor, the nurse, or anything like that. So consider that. But so when you're doing, you say, okay, I'm gonna sign it, and think about it. Any activity that asks you to sign a waiver, I'm not saying don't do it because I've done stuff, but just consider it. So think about, okay, if something should happen, how long is it going to take me to get back to a medical facility? So those are things you should have. So if you're doing traveling activity, make sure you're wearing a helmet. Make sure you know your layout of the land and the medical capability of where you're at. I was vacationing with some family a few years ago, and we were on the island of Bermuda. Bermuda. But we had a we weren't it was it was on a scooter. We had a scooter accident. Okay, scooter accident. I do know they have a hospital on the island, which is very comfortable, and I've actually worked there. So we went to the emergency department there, but they don't take, of course, the American insurance. So it's like, credit card, please, before we can take X-rays or anything like that. So you should know that. And I sometimes tell people, if you're traveling internationally, have an empty credit card in case you have to do medical payments or anything like that. So think about this. It's National Safety Month. I want you to stay safe, travel well. That's what I want you to do. So this is just some quick tips. I'm telling you on Travel Talk Tuesday. I'm not talking about there's so much going on. Places are opening up to us, and cruises. They say Carnival starting at the end of this month or June, or Royal Caribbean starting in July for the Bahamas and for Alaska. So you can catch up with that. I'll catch up with that. So this is all everyone. I know I've been telling you about my book. Okay, so where's all my comments and banners? So I am Yvette McQueen, MD. I said that, and my website is YvetteMcQueenMD.com. And I'm talking to you on Travel Talk Tuesday. But so this book here. So today, June 8th, is being uploaded and ready for digital release and soon to be printed. And thank you all those that pre-ordered from me. And as soon as I can get them printed out, I'm printing them out and you're getting your copy. Thank you. And of course, those that bought before June 1st get a little special gift, the autograph, and get a little special gift with it. So Travel 911, a health guide for adventurers. So this is Travel 9. You can still pre-order at Travel 911. Like I said, it's being uploaded today. And I'm gonna get it out as soon as I get. This is my copy that I had to do, corrections, and you'll see my writing in here. But yeah, look. So let me show you something. So I tell people, how to handle a medical emergency. Okay. This is like, put it in your backpack, put it in your little fanny pack, This isn't the formal launch, but I just want to let you know that it's available. Travel 911, since we're talking about National Safety Month and traveling safe. So that's my quick, finish my breakfast over here and do my quick meeting and then go siesta because I got to work again tonight. Okay. So Yvette McQueen, MD. Find me at YvetteMcQueenMD.com. I'm on social media. Instagram is Dr. Travel 911. And my website is YvetteMcQueenMD.com. If you want to have a travel medicine consult, go to it and say, contact me, or I'm available to speak. I'm a speaker, available to speak virtually and in person now that it's gone back. So hit me up. Okay, everyone have a great day. Travel well, travel safe. Ciao for now. Peace and love.